So we're starting our little trip back in time to the 1960s, and let me tell you, it's going to be amazing. Imagine this, a group of people from all walks of life sharing their stories and memories of the past. We're not talking about fancy literary stuff here. It's more like sharing stories over a cup of coffee or a cold drink. One noteworthy aspect of the 1960s was the heightened awareness of global tensions, epitomized by the construction of bomb shelters. President Kennedy, responding to the Cold War's nuclear threat, suggested the creation of shelters to safeguard against potential disasters in the escalating conflict with the Soviet Union. Television played a pivotal role in shaping the cultural landscape, with iconic shows such as The Twilight Zone and Outer Limits, captivating the imaginations of children across the nation. These sci-fi series, hosted by Rod Serling, left an indelible mark with their thought-provoking narratives. The decade's toys became classic symbols of childhood joy, with favorites like Rock'em Sock'em robots and Major Matt Mason action figures. Wave Super Balls added a touch of excitement as children eagerly engaged in the race to retrieve the bounding spheres. Fashion in the mid-60s saw the rise of go-go boots, knee-high and shiny white patent leather, epitomizing the style of the era. Television entered a new frontier with The Jetsons, the first animated series in color, sparking the imaginations of young viewers about the future. Boys Life, the official Scout magazine, became a must-read for boys growing up in the 1960s, offering a glimpse into the world of scouting and adventure. Realistic cap gun revolvers were indispensable for children playing cops and robbers or cowboys and Indians, adding an element of authenticity to their imaginative games. Star Trek not only fueled dreams of space travel, but also broke ground with its racially diverse cast, showcasing a forward-thinking approach to representation. The 1960s Batman TV show, with its comic book-style graphics, brought the Caped Crusader to life in a visually dynamic and entertaining manner. Walt Disney's Amazing World of Color, hosted by Disney himself, enchanted families on Sunday nights with colorful and informative films. Howard Johnson's orange-roofed restaurants became iconic pit stops along American highways, offering a variety of delights, including 28 flavors of ice cream and delectable fried clams. The surfer music phenomenon, led by Dick Dale and later embraced by the Beach Boys and Jan and Dean, left an indelible mark on the decade's musical landscape. The beehive hairstyle, popularized by celebrities, became an iconic symbol of 1960s fashion. Ashtrays were ubiquitous in every household, reflecting the prevalent smoking culture of the time. Popcorn, with its spontaneously popping kernels, became a delightful and fascinating snack enjoyed by many. Jacks, a centuries-old game, gained renewed popularity in the 1960s with its metal pieces and bouncing rubber ball, providing hours of entertainment. Creepy crawlers allowed children to create their own rubberized insects, using molds in a mini oven that reached temperatures up to 350 degrees. The Andy Griffith Show, a standard in many families, offered a blend of humor and nostalgia, becoming a beloved classic with a vibrant cast of characters and inspiring numerous spin-offs. Early 60s, the space race was the talk of the town. Everything started looking futuristic. Furniture turned into rocket ships, and our clothes started resembling those plastic spacesuits. It was a time when kids chugged Tang, watched The Jetsons, and dreamt of adventures in Star Trek and Lost in Space. Spy mania erupted following the massive success of Agent 007, influencing the birth of the mad spy genre on both the big and small screens. Dean Martin took center stage in the Matt Helm film series, while James Coburn portrayed the suave Derek Flint in TV series like Get Smart, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., and Wild West. These shows immersed audiences in a world filled with spy gadgets, stunning women, and sleek cars, the kind of stuff secret agents globe-trotting in style had access to. No wonder the spy genre became a defining element of the 1960s, especially given the Cold War backdrop, where international espionage and state secrets became the norm. Cherish your history by safeguarding your own. You'd always come across those sea monkey ads in comic books, and it was hard to resist ordering these little creatures. In reality, they were shrimp in brine, seemingly in a state of suspended animation. They magically came back to life when you added water. Sure, they didn't exactly resemble the sea monkeys pictured in the ads, but that didn't stop kids from shelling out $1 to get their hands on them. The marketing trick kept captivating children throughout that time. Hey, cars were all the rage in the 60s, and you could tell by the number of people confidently striking poses on the hood. Young men and women everywhere were climbing onto car roofs, striking a pose while someone else snapped a photo. The hoods were built differently back then, easily supporting someone's weight. That's what made capturing that classic photo a breeze. In 1966, whispers circulated, hinting at the demise of Paul McCartney in a car accident. The Beatles inadvertently added fuel to the conspiracy with cryptic clues in songs and album covers. The notorious White Album allegedly contained the eerie phrase, "Paul is dead," when played backward. Despite being discussed as mere coincidence, the persistent myth continued to capture imaginations. The Ouija board was the go-to tool for seeking messages from the departed during the 1960s. To receive answers, one simply placed their hands on the reliable plastic apparatus and posed a question. Observing the gradual movement across the board, you could uncover supposed answers. The 1960s marked a notable peak in the popularity of Ouija board usage, and the fascination with supernatural beliefs persists to the present day. Have you ever climbed up to the rear window and stretched out on the back dash for a quick nap? It was quite common to witness young children engaging in this during the 1960s. Cars were more spacious back then, featuring a substantial area against the rear window that served as an ideal resting spot for small children. Riding in a car was practically a free-for-all, with kids exploring the front seat, back seat, and virtually any nook they could find, all without the confines of seatbelts to restrain them. The 1960s saw the emergence of tiki culture, drawing inspiration from the idealized portrayal of Polynesian life. This trend embraced elements such as tropical drinks, Hawaiian shirts, and decor adorned with bamboo, palm fronds, and tiki idols. The influence of movies and music played a significant role in establishing tiki culture as a prominent theme during the 1960s, coinciding with Hawaii's recent statehood, Elvis's performances in Blue Hawaii, and the opening of Disneyland's Enchanted Tiki Room. However, as the late 1960s unfolded, the tiki style gradually lost its appeal, transforming from a vibrant cultural phenomenon into just another theme for restaurants. If you like this video, watch other videos from this series while you're doing this. Click subscribe and share the American Almanac with someone. Thank you very much for viewing.